This episode is brought to you by Sour Apple Smoke Shop. BlastOver with Bryan Briggs is a Bartlett production.
It's a restless fascination.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of BlastOver with Bryan Briggs. This time we're going to be getting into some realistic portraits. Dramatic contrast, you know.
Dope.
Sweet, man.
That's awesome.
So I already made the stencil. I just gotta make it into, the stencil that we could put on your skin and then get started.
Alright,
This is one of my favorite styles of tattooing to do because it's one of the hardest kind of tattoos to do, along with cover-ups. That's why both of those are my favorite. I really like a challenge. And, one false move on a portrait and no longer looks like the person you're trying to capture. With this one is Daryl Dixon, and I like to start with a drawing. So sometimes I'll draw the tattoo a couple times if it's a realistic portrait before I ever tattoo it. I'm just really familiar with the face by then, and there's just no substitute for good practice like that.
Waking up in the middle of the night just to make sure that everything's alright. I cannot pretend that it's okay. I ran away a long time ago from my home and everything I used to know. Do you think you have enough time to care? Will you come follow me all the way now into the depths of the deep blue sea? Right on the back of a whale while the fishes tell us fairy tales now. Do you think that you are free?
The Walking Dead's a really popular show, and I think the season is just about to drop, so it's really cool to be able to do that right now. I think that there's a lot of fans out there that might enjoy this tattoo.
Come back up to the surface to breathe some air and see the sunshine shining everywhere while our sails are filled by the wind. Our treasures lie upon a distant shore, so we journey on and we journey more. We journey further than we've ever journeyed before. Hopes and hands and dreams inside, with the bright moon as our guiding light, while the stars are telling us the way. While the last whale sings his lonesome song, and our sailing ship just floats along, well, nobody has ever noticed his teeth. Will you come follow me all the way now into the depths of the deep blue sea? Right on the back of a whale while the fishes tell us fairy tales now. Do you think that you are free? Will you come follow me all the way now into the depths of the deep blue sea?
Come to the Sour Apple in Mount Pleasant and browse our selection of fine smoking products such as and a large variety of
You know what we've got, and we know why you need it. Hand-blown glass and water pipes, vaporizers, hemp products, and e-liquids. The Sour Apple in Mount Pleasant is your home for all of your smoking products, so you can with the best American-made products. The Sour Apple on North Mission in Mount Pleasant.
I always like to start from the bottom right with a lot of these tattoos and kind of work my way around the perimeter. As you can see in something like this, there's a lot of stuff that goes around the face first. It's really dark, and the hair, I like to try and capture as much as I can around the outside first and then work my way into the tattoo. One of the last things you do is the more detailed stuff in the eyes, the nose and mouth. it's really straightforward in a portrait tattoo because you're just trying to get an exact replica of the face that you're trying to tattoo. So it's a little bit different than doing another tattoo where you have a little bit of freedom in how it comes out, and then maybe it won't be exactly like the drawing or the stencil. A lot of attention to detail goes into something like this, so you're gonna need to pick out an artist who really knows what they're doing with something like this and has a lot of examples in their portfolio of it. For me personally, like, I didn't have a lot of examples of something like this, so I don't really believe in practicing on people for money, so I just gave a bunch of portraits out to my clients for free. And that's what you're going to be seeing in the shows, a couple of those that I did. Now I'm charging for them because I think I'm definitely good enough to be charging for them. So if you're lucky enough to grab one, I really appreciate you supporting me in my dreams and my passion. And if anybody else is looking for something like this, it's one of my favorite things to do, so I'd really like to talk to you. Just gotta text me and set up a consultation. Don't miss out on the next episode of BlastOver with Bryan Briggs. Subscribe now so you don't ever miss out on an episode again. This episode is brought to you by Sour Apple Smoke Shop. BlastOver with Bryan Briggs is a Bartlett production.